What's up? What's up, YouTube? We back with another Sunday fun day. Shout out to everybody tuning in. And tonight should be a good night, man. We got the one and only, the great Trade Room. What it do? How you doing tonight?
What's up? What's up? This is a mic check, mic check. Can you hear me, Tro?
Yes, sir. You good,
Oh,
nice and
that's
clear.
beautiful. That's beautiful, man. This is a Sunday fun day. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me on. I've been anticipating coming on because our history goes back. Our history goes back to my beginning. And I've told this story a couple of times, but I've never actually got a chance to tell you. So thanks for having me in, man.
Nah, facts. It's only right, man, because I love what you're doing. I love the streams, the all of the analysis you're doing with DeFi Kingdoms. And I always say it's good to collaborate with all the community members. I'm trying to collaborate with anybody who is in the DeFi Kingdoms ecosystem because I think that's what it's all about, especially in the crypto space. When you build a good community, I think that project is going, I think that's like 1/3, in my personal opinion, of how you can tell if a project will be successful based on its community. And I feel like DeFi Kingdoms has a lot of good community members. And I gotta say, you're one of my favorite community members. And it's only right, man, we get you on a live stream tonight.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I appreciate that, man. That reciprocates back to you.
Facts, facts. So we're gonna get this party started. What's up, Skilla? What's up, Light in the building? Julius in the building. What's up, y'all? We're gonna get this party started tonight. It is a special edition of Sunday Fun Day. Tonight we're just gonna go over some of those new updates. We're gonna talk to Trade about what got him into DeFi Kingdoms, why he is so bullish on gold. I want to know that personally. I want to know his thesis behind it, and we're gonna do a lot of fun things tonight, man. So first off, starting Trey, you gotta tell me, man, what got you into DeFi Kingdoms? What made you so excited about this project? Let the people know what's going on.
Man, oh man. Listen, it was the heat of the last bull run. We had all the early tokens take off. You had your AVAXs take off, you had your harmonies take off. Obviously, Bitcoin is one of the first in the cycle. You had your Gala, you had your ADA. And so, as an XRP guy, I am always aware that there are cycles within cycles and that there are waves within waves. And so, seeing as how I was in my XRP investment, how Bitcoin was going, I was leaning more towards GameFi, and I was swimming around other ecosystems preparing for GameFi to eventually come in the XRP ecosystem. But I knew without smart contracts, that's 5-10 years down the line. Let me look in other places. And I looked in Harmony and the Harmony community, and I saw somebody named Crypto Troll. And I'm like, huh. I'm like, okay. Scroll through his Twitter. Huh. Okay. He seems pretty sensible. He's not laser eyes, Bitcoin, up forever. He's not a maximalist. Uh, so I was like, huh, let me see what he's investing in. Okay, he's in a Harmony ecosystem hard body, but what is he really looking at? Huh. Oh, this DeFi Kingdoms thing. This is it looks like a game, but all I see is your top left hand of your screen that says 88,000% APR. And I said, what? I said, hold up. As a macro investor, because, me and Light, we do our show. It's macro investor versus macro gamer. So I'm sitting there like, okay, what are my rules, right? You have to have rules when you're jumping into crypto. Like, what are my rules? Okay, don't jump into anything ASAP. Look at the tokenomics, look at this, look at that. But 88,000 APR was just screaming at me. So I said, hey, you know what? I peeped there's a young brother that's out here doing it, putting the information out there. I can at least tap in, see how he's coming along. But also, too, yeah, I'm going to put 200 bucks in here. I mean, why not? Why not? Right? It's the bull market. You have other assets that have been appreciating. it's time to diversify a little bit, right? Everybody has that feeling, and that was like October of 21, I believe. So yeah, I mean, and from there, it's been a movie. From there, it's
Yeah.
been a movie, and that's how I first got in. And X used to be former Twitter. X is really one of my favorite platforms to be on because you're not only getting the video, you're getting the written word. You're able to tell somebody's intelligence from what the words they're writing and how they're consistently following their rules, and they don't have to tell you their rules. You can see it within their profile and how they go about talking about things. So yeah, that's how I got in. And I took a little bit of leap. I saw with the evidence after 2 weeks what was happening and how I was able to flow out of things. And I said, okay, let's throw another bag in there. Let's throw another bag in there. And that's right around where Jewel was floating between 30, 40 cents and 80 cents. And I just averaged my range between that, and the rest is history from there.
Yeah. And pretty much the same thing for me. I mean, I think I got in like day one. I was because that's when like Harmony first did the blockchain, and pretty much like I was just looking for whatever dApp what that was on Harmony to try to be like a first mover. 'Cause you know the first people on the app pretty much get all the good rewards and the good APRs, and really digging these APRs because we know they not really sustainable, but getting in it on the ground floor was something totally different for me. Like that was my first really DeFi type of project, so that really made me want to just ape straight into it. And I saw what other blockchain was doing with DeFi, so I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and get on the ground floor and start building my jewel bag. But let's get into it, man. Let's look at price. Let's look at what price is looking like today. Price is let's just see what price is looking like today, man. So we see price is at 11 cent right now. Price is at 11 cents, down a little bit on the day, not too much though. How you feeling about the price right now, Trey? Let me know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, one of the most interesting things that happened, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, is we were watching what was happening with the whale that was highlighted and was selling. And, some people in the community are like, oh, don't buy. Some were like, well, I'm an averager. I'm a DCAer. I'm still gonna dollar cost average based on whatever mechanisms I set up for myself. But when you look at what happened in that area, there was a certain psychology that was going on. And when you're an investor, a macro investor like myself, you try to have a grasp of the psychology of the market because it's not only going to be technical, it's going to be psychological and fundamental. Those three factors are really what over time in history show patterns over time. So what we're seeing right now is just the psychology of a beaten down ecosystem with prices that are revisiting early launch days prices. I believe at the lowest 0.0008 or 0.0002 is where Jewel was at. So we're seeing a capitulation. And when you look at the chart behind me, it's the normal flow that you see within price action. But we've gone through the depression phase. I believe we're in a nice little Wyckoff pattern. And in my last stream from last night, I spoke about another token in the cryptocurrency ecosystem, Welt or Fab Welt, that has a very similar pattern to Jewel. That's in a complete breakout, about 1700% up from its bottom. You can look at it right now if you want to on Coin Market Cap, but it's Welt, WELT.
Yeah.
But the chart of Welt shows a wick off pattern that goes into complete depression. And then from depression, you have the stages that follow thereafter, and Bitcoin actually went through that phase last July or last June where it found its bottom. And so yeah, that's the prime example I used last night. But I do see healthy price action moving on from here for Jewel, as long as it continues to maintain a higher low above about 9 or 0.009. And we have levels of about 13 cents, but really about 14.1499 is the biggest resistance area we have, and then after that is that 30-cent area. I'm not even sneezing at at the price of where Jewel is right now until I see that climb to 30, that retest, and then the first 100% Fibonacci retracement is at 50 cents. So that's where between 30 and 50 cents, if I'm going to shave a little, I would shave, but I'm a macro guy. 90% of what I have isn't really going anywhere for a pretty long time. But the welt is the comparison of the recent price action. And if you look at it on a real chart, it looks crazy right here. But if you look at it on a real chart with its current price action and what it's been doing, it's absolutely incredible. And it is a GameFi token that has a maximum a market cap half of what Jewel is right now.
Cool, yeah. And that's what same thing I was thinking. Like, I think I'm a kind of, I want to say a macro. I do think for like farther out though. Like I like saying, the bigger picture of things. I think in the bull market, we're gonna see, you know, GameFi. I feel like there's going to be a narrative in the bull market. I think a lot of GameFi projects will pick up, especially good projects that continue to build like right now. Because now is really the time to build. We already know, like you said, we've seen like how Bitcoin has done in the past cycles and things like that. So I'm just like, if a project continues to build, why not invest in that specific project? And I'm not saying go all in at one time or anything like that. But really just, dollar cost averaging is your best friend in these situations. And that's why I kind of tell people like I don't say, put all in at one time, but at the same time, you want a dollar cost average under a dollar because I think it's gonna go well past a dollar in my personal take. Like I think Jewel can easily hit all-time highs, especially in the bull market. We know a lot of people like the FOMO in. And the last bull market, everybody only thing people
Well,
could say.
sorry, Charles. Sorry to cut you up, but listen, you know we be following each other on Twitter. Even with my technical analysis, I am very modest with my technical analysis because we're just following, weekly charts and the next 12 months and the way that I see Jewel and I see this ecosystem. You could even just remove Jewel. You could just remove Jewel out the way. I do believe that Jewel, $1 major psychological period that we're talking about. And when you see this psychological chart behind me here, $1, then you have $5, 10, and then you have the ultimate $15 to $20 psychological level, which at that point, since we've already had parabolic movement and we get that same wave, you get a final capitulation push up, which causes a major top. And those who continue to buy as it's dropping end up being the loudest individuals. And those have been the loudest individuals for the last year and a half. But you're now seeing a great accumulation of individuals who have come in and joined the game and are accumulating at these low prices. When we start having these powerful price actions, the loud voices of positive sentiment and psychology will far overpower those of the low sentiment as well. So to me, $10 to $20 Jewel in a bull market, that's easy. That's easy cash out for me. But being as don't want to sound biased, we're just following the short-term price movements. And for me, 50 cents is where this next 100% retracement is. And even from there, that's a 5x. It doesn't sound too bad to be able to go in and actually have fun.
Right, right. So let's get into some of this big news though. We know about everything that's going on with DeFi Kingdoms. There's so much news that just happened. So much bullish news, man. It's just like it's almost hard to keep up with everything. But I try my best. We try our best as content creators. But it's so much new news, guys. And I think, with this new news that especially with the holiday news, like the holiday news, I feel like is super, super bullish. Just because it's gonna bring on your average gamers, people who don't necessarily want to go to MetaMask, download MetaMask, actually hold your recovery phrase, trying to see how you can hide it and put it in a safe place, put it in a bank or whatever the case may be. This is going to actually bring people into the ecosystem. So let me share this real quick. So we see the news you've been waiting for is here. We're live on DeFi Kingdoms. New players will be onboarded using smart accounts, and you'll enjoy seamless login, uninterrupted gameplay, and more. So this is going to be super, super bullish, man. And I think a lot of people, a lot of people say I'm a maxi. A lot of people, they say, and I can't lie, maybe I am a man. At this point, maybe you can call me a maxi for DeFi Kingdoms, but I just look at projects that continue to build and that's actually, doing some things that's making it easier to get into Web3, because I think that's the barrier with everything. Like I think, a lot of people won't get into cryptocurrency in a space until it's like seamlessly used. You know what I'm saying? Like we saw with the internet. I always like to refer to with cryptos with the internet. When the internet first happened, only the I want to say only the nerds really know how to use the internet. You know what I'm saying? Only the people who knew a background in computer, you know what I'm saying? Like only those type of people could use the internet. But now we use the internet every day without even realizing it. And I think that's where we have to go with the crypto space and with Web3, just making it seamless where you can just jump straight into it. Let
I'll
me
give
know
you
what you think.
I'll give you a quick example, right? So I'm in IT, right? And we have an entire department and we oversee an entire a school and an entire company. Gmail, Google, just having that as an available, reliable source of authentication with a single sign-on feature, that's all we use at work, because I need to get into all these different softwares, platforms, user accounts. I need to reset this person's password. And the easiest way to be able to do that is to have your Gmail and the single sign-on feature with that. And so it makes my job easier. It makes this person's job easier. And it makes us easier to be able to interoperate and connect different things. So when I saw on what we did on last night's stream was Affinity literally went in and showed the setup with Holiday. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it has Google and Twitter there as a means for you to create your wallet. That's it's extremely beneficial, and it's gonna make it so easy to get into the game that I don't know what to say, man. It's just, there's nothing that's happening within this ecosystem that is not opening the gateway for new individuals to come in seamlessly. And I don't know what I love more, the updates or the actual gameplay, right?
Right. Cause it's so much like that, and that's what I love about it, because like I said, they're just making it super, super easy to jump right into the game. And I don't think we're gonna see the effects right now. Like I don't think we're gonna see like just a major onboard of users right now. But I do believe like once we hit that bear market, I think just by going into the bear market with this information and with this new update, once people get onto the actual game and see that they don't have to use MetaMask and see that they don't have to, create a wallet and things like that, just by using the holiday feature on this, it's going to make it so much easier for new people and new players to get into the game. So that's why I'm super bullish on this. Like, I think this is probably one of those sleeper updates that a lot of people don't realize that how big it's going to be in the future. But that's why, like, I'm just like I said, dollar cost averaging, even to until 50 cents, like just dollar cost averaging, just because this update is going to play a major role in onboarding so many new gamers into the game.
For sure, I definitely agree with that. And I was actually going to say this in the beginning. The intro that you have there, the music that's playing, I was in backstage like, okay, Tro got this joint jamming. So I'm gonna have to ask you where you picking up some of this intro music from, because I even said even with the Void Hunt release, I put a big emphasis on the fact that the team does focus on the quality of the music. And I love that the music that they put in literally makes me want to move. It makes me want to be active. And so I just love some of the things that they're doing on those levels, and the music is one of them.
Yeah. And I think all of that plays a part. You know, like all of that play, the small things really add up to a bigger picture. And I like how they do everything. And I ain't gonna lie, I really made that intro myself, bro. Like I'm not the best tech person, but I'm just trying to figure it out the cheapest way possible. If I can get an intro, I was like, let me just make this up real quick. I made it up in Canva real quick and I just put it together. So I'm like, hey, I need something, just to start off the video. Just
Wait, you
get
can
the
make music on Canva too?
yeah, you can make a Canva
Oh,
taking over.
I'm
Canva
gonna have
really
to hit
people
that up. I'm gonna have to hit that up.
hey,
You're
people
gonna have to
sleeping
put
on
me
Canva,
on.
bro.
That's the real DFK alpha, huh?
Thanks. Look, it helped me with so many things.
Yeah.
But so, like I said, it's so much bullets going on. He said hunts are going to be facts. I think hunts are going to play another big role. I think hunts are going to be super, super big because that's what everybody want. Of course, we still want PvP and we're still waiting for PvP, but just having that PvE feature coming out, I think it's going to be super, super bullish. Like, I think that's going to be very big because that's probably one of the only things, negative things, like people used to always say, bro. Like, I think everybody was like, where is PvE? We only can do quests. We only can do certain things. Like, we were waiting on the game and they don't understand. Like, it takes years for good games to fully develop. Like, if we people just think it can be done overnight or within a week. But if you want an actual good game, a playable game, then I think it takes a minute for those games to get developed. And I'm really glad that they didn't rush anything out just due to the pressure of everybody complaining about not having PvE.
Yeah, listen, we've had a lot of patience, okay? This is my slogan. I'm sticking with it. Stop crying Gaia's tears and start collecting Gaia's tears, okay? You're
Right.
playing the game. The game is active. You feel me?
Facts, facts, facts. And I think the same exact way, bro. So, some other big news, though. Some other big news. How did you feel about being on, the next crypto gym? Because I don't know if you watched the episode. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you watched that episode, but I liked it though. Like, I feel like it was a very short and sweet, and I'm glad DeFi Kingdoms made it to the final four. But I kind of like the show. It caught my attention when I first watched it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be on Distro for no other reason than at the moment to have watched the next crypto gem. But seeing what, the Hourglass team, what they've put together, it was smooth. You got some heavy hitters in there. These projects, some of them we already know of. And no matter what we're seeing on Twitter with people just commenting, no, laser eyes, Bitcoin, maxis, no matter what you see, first of all, Distro was extremely happy about the volume that came in, regardless of any technical issues that may have happened. And the other platforms that are getting ready to release it in October, I have also seen the numbers, right?
Right.
Not just that, you have these awesome teams that showed up, and then you have Dreamer. I mean, how could you do any better than having Dreamer pull up and really represent himself in a professional manner, but also show that this is about a building process and that he has a proper background. So it's gonna be awesome to see the next few releases of the next crypto gem. I can see that the follow-ups after with Grady on his platform as well. Shout out to Grady. Those follow-ups are going to be awesome as well. And everyone that's coming in contact with the DeFi Kingdoms ecosystem and community, the DeFi Kingdoms team, the devs are leaving like, this is pretty cool, right? And so that's that psychology I talk of, not just on the gaming and development and the competition that we're having with some of these other ecosystems, but people are coming in seeing the ecosystem for what it is and leaving with a lot of respect and wanting to work with the community as well. So I think it's awesome. I'm ready to watch some more episodes and really kick back and enjoy it.
Right. Yeah, I said the same exact thing. I can't wait to see how it finally, ends and want to see that final four. Hopefully DeFi Kingdom wins, but even just with the exposure, I think it's good. But let's check out some of these comments. Born to Die said, I find Trade Room's voice so soothing. Beef said, shout out to Beef, shout out to Born to Die. Beef said, voice for the radio. Hey, Trey, you need to get on the radio, bro. You gotta go and take your talents from IT directly to the radio
Directly to the
station.
radio. But hold on, the radio, they say quote unquote the radio's dying. So
Yeah.
I appreciate the comments. I love the space that I'm in right now, and I'm gonna continue to do this as long as people are down there. Literally hang out, kick back,
Right.
and chat. Somebody mentioned my Giants in there, and
Are you a Giants fan
I'm
too?
a
Me, I'm a
Giants
Giants
fan.
fan too, bro.
I have my jersey on. I'm winning my fantasy football league right now. I'm kicking Sir Worm. I'm not kicking his ass, but I'm kind of winning. And then I turn and it's 33-0. Dallas is killing us. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But no, I enjoy doing this. And it's pretty fun because it's getting a chance to hang out with the community and talk some games, talk some crypto. This is what I love to do.
Yeah, I love it too. I love it too. And man, I hate the Giants losing tonight, but I had to, get my mind right to get on the stream because I was watching the game before and I was like, shit. Hey, the first possession we were doing so good. We were doing so good. It was looking bright. It was looking bright. Then once the field goal got blocked, I was like, ah. Then after that, it just started going downhill from there.
Listen, what I said was, last year, no expectations, but we saw what we saw. So this year, we have expectations,
Right.
and this kind of start is just let's move on, man. We don't want to call ourselves
Yeah, we
this trauma, man.
we not gonna talk about it. But let's get into it, man. I saw somewhere we were actually on the stream together on Sergeant Filthy McNasty stream, and I saw that you had a bullish sentiment on gold, and I just wanted to get the thesis behind it, man. I wanted to see like what were you thinking, as far as why do you like gold and why do you like the position it's in, or let the people know, because I want to know myself. I want to know what do you think and what I need to be looking at for you to be so bullish on gold.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna give all three facets and an elevator pitch, type style. If you want to give me ability to share my screen,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah, let
more
me
than
let me do
happy
that.
with garnering that access as well. But we're gonna start with fundamentals when it comes to gold, right? And when I hopped into DeFi Kingdoms, I did it very urgently. I was like, oh 88,000% APR. Let's hop in there. And then as the longer you're in, the more research you do, the more you try to figure out if this thing is a real tangible, ecosystem here. And so I did my research into RuneScape. I don't know if you're familiar with RuneScape and its history. But they had an ecosystem, they had a game, they have, over their time, over 250 million users, and even still to this day, the ecosystem still exists. And gold became a very, very valuable asset within the game based upon the different things that it was connected to, whether it's crafting, whether it's needed to build certain things. And so just tracking an example of a gamified ecosystem that was really able to flourish, in Diablo and some of these other MMORPGs, you have gold just being a very central part of what's happening. So I felt the same way a year and a half ago, before we started having a lot of heroes being minted, and that inference was wrong. But now that you have actual gameplay coming in, and you have different mechanisms that have attached gold to it, and we're nearing more of what a bull season would look like in terms of the next 8 to 12 months, there is a window, and there's a window of opportunity with gold that I believe we saw with tiers, that I believe we're seeing with gold pet, not even gold pet eggs, we're seeing with green pet eggs and things of that nature. And so when I look at all the different assets in the ecosystem, I'm a macro person. I'm probably going to hold gold forever, but it's about, hey, what things have the most upside on them right now? And when I look at gold and I draw a Fibonacci retracement on it, even if it retraces back to its one Fibonacci, it's 183%. But what really intrigues me is that a full 100% retracement from gold is about a 900% run, and it was actually a lot higher. We're sitting about 1,100 since I've been talking about gold, and it's been, making its way there slowly but surely. But am I bullish on Jewel? Of course, I'm bullish on Jewel. But when it comes to Jewel's max potential run for whatever this period is 50 cents, right? And at 50 cents, that's a 342% run, right? And so when you're thinking about placing positions for yourself, and this is not financial advice, when you're thinking about placing positions for yourself, you have to think about, what am I looking at long term, short term? And for me, accumulating gold just to use it for the game, as well as having it available to possibly sell. And I remember V Chain, right? V Chain, the thesis was, if you get 100,000 of anything, every penny is $1,000 made. Simple math, right? So I like to find things that I can get 100,000 of. And when it comes to gold, gold is so cheap that you can aim for 5 million gold and actually have it. And the math totally changes for every penny now that it goes up, right? And so when you look at something like yellow pet eggs, I love yellow pet eggs. I've been talking about how bullish I am on yellow pet eggs. But that full upside is 271% full upside at 64 cents. And so I look at gold, I look at the full retracement, the movement, and the upside. It's a much higher upside, a much lower cost for a window that might sit between 8 to 12 months. That's kind of why I'm bullish on gold, let alone the fact that it's being used in a game, and there are mechanisms being found for gold as well. Now, you could possibly say, with the miner about to be able to have pets, they may be able to mine more gold. You can put that inference in, but that entire miner sector is going to, all ships will lift the boat. That entire mining section is going to have a turn, and I believe a bullish upside. So everything in there will equidistantly rise, and that's why I'm bullish on gold, because it has yet to do what we've seen some of the other things in the ecosystem do.
Yeah, okay. Now I'm getting a better understanding. And I do think like they're making gold, a real utility. Like especially we got with the boar hunt. You're gonna have to have gold to do it. And then I think hopefully they incorporate it in crafting as well. But yeah, just having more utility for gold. The only thing I just think is that the liquidity part of it, like hopefully we can get, yeah, like I think I
That's
just want, yeah.
that's absolutely right, and that's my rebuttal to that is, let's watch what the Bazaar ends up becoming,
Okay.
because the Bazaar, it's being super underrated right now. Right now, all the hype is looking at the Void Hunt. The Bazaar, being able to set up an ecosystem that not only, oh, let me go buy, and if price impact of 6%, when you're able to set up limits and sell walls, you have now, the Bazaar has been active, what, 3 months maybe, and the people are putting in all these orders, and now you're looking at a cool coin, a crypto.com, where you have all these layers of orders set, and now when you have a trigger effect, the trigger effect becomes so much more exponential because you have all these automatic triggers. And so the volatility that's about to happen is about to rise, but also too the volume and how things can happen when you set up, you allow people to be able to set up organic buy and sell walls. I think the things we're about to see in this community is about to be ridiculous. And with the things that are available in the bazaar should also get attention because not everything is available in the bazaar. So that's just one input that I'll put in there as well.
Okay, yeah, I didn't even think about that. That is a good case to it though, because for sure, I think the bazaar is super underrated. I think a lot of people, because I know a lot of people don't even talk about the bazaar, and I think once we kind of, a lot of people, more people come into the game and start just trying to find different ways to actually, treat it as an investment and treat it like a real world economy. Then I do believe more people will start to use the bazaar. So let's look at these comments over here. Light said every MMORPG or I just got tongue twisted. RPG needs gold and this type of game. He said gold be the next Doge. Okay, Light, I like I like that right there. He said 100
The
billion
next
gold.
those.
Uh, V said gold gonna pop at some point. I believe so too. Especially since Trade just convinced me I might just go and get all my miners, just create there. I got so many miners, bro. I just gotta create some different wallets to start really using them all at one time. For real, for real. I be so busy trying to make this content that I don't really have time to even play the game. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm for sure going to get some more gold. But Light said the bazaar is gonna be a sick dex. And then Beef said, I'm gonna use the word redunculous.
Did I say redonkulous?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh man.
But man, it's just so good to, finally connect and finally just get all of your thoughts behind this and really just seeing, how fast the community is growing, man. The community is doing some amazing things.
Mm-hmm.
And the project is doing some amazing things too. So it's just always good. Like I said, this is a special Sunday fun day, guys. We got the trade room in the building.
Yeah, you can take over this screen too. I'm good with the gold chart there. But yeah, Sunday fun day. Thanks everybody for showing up. I've been really waiting to come on stream with my guy Tro. And you definitely right. The volume and the activity in the community has picked up, and that's because hey, we're having fun. At the end of the day, we're really here having fun, enjoying what we like to do. And I know you work like crazy. So to be able to be active as you are at work, come in, still make content for the community. A lot of people that look forward to the stuff that you put out, on a weekly and a daily basis. So, big shout outs to you for that as well.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I try my best to really, get into the community because I know a lot of I really just when I started doing the live streams, I kind of was, skeptical at first. I was like, but I just said, let me just get on a live stream, bro, and just see how it go. And then the first night I got on live stream, I got a good feedback. So I was like, I'm gonna just keep the Sunday fun days going because it's only right to come in and link with the community. And it's just a good time, man. Like I said, I don't want to be too serious with it. I like just having a good time. Beef says 600 hero plus. He a digging a lot. 600 heroes. That is a lot of heroes. I'm not
Yeesh.
gonna lie. How do y'all manage all of those heroes? I gotta bring light. I'm bring light on too. Probably next Sunday fun day because he said that he manages like 500 plus heroes without a bot, and I said you must don't sleep because that that's crazy, bro. Like without a bot, I don't know how I would be able to actually manage all of those heroes. I'm not gonna lie, like there's a lot of heroes to really just kill, especially if you questing 2 to 3 times a day. Like there's a lot of stuff going on right there. Skiller said, "Don't forget the trade room going on APL tonight too." Hey, trade room is getting around, man. Trade room is everywhere. Shout out to trade room. Trade Room is spreading that good knowledge in the air, and I can't help but to hey, I'm giving you your flowers, man. Trade Room is doing what he does best. He
Hey
is
man, I'm
doing what
just
he
out
does best.
here having fun, analyzing charts, and just because in real life, you're doing your thing, you hanging out. I got boys that we do DFK and stuff like that, but they're not in it like I am, So hopping in, having a good time, getting some good information from the folks around, especially Skiller as well. Is pretty cool, and Skiller has actually put me on to a few summoning treats that I'll be putting out on my podcast as well, because we're getting ready to make some monsters for some of this gameplay that's coming about. So shout out to Skiller.
Yeah, big shout out to Skills. Shout out to the Mythic Squad. Be easy in the build. Shout out to
Shout out
all
to the
the
Mythic
Mythic
Squad.
Squad, man. Mythic Squad is in the building. Shout out to the Mythic Squad. Hey, y'all, some real ones. I remember I had them on the channel. They summoned some crazy heroes. Got Mythic, all type of Mythics. And like, I was like, sheesh, like, how do y'all do it, bro? Y'all,
Honestly, the Mythic Squad. I see their streams. I look at my heroes, and I'm like, how am I ever gonna compete with these guys, right? And then I felt like, and then I started realizing like, oh, it's the bear market. Not everything you put together has to be, oh my god, this was some incredibly profitable. No, you have to set your pieces in stone. You have to summon your monsters, because at the end of the day, if you have the right monsters, you're gonna be out here doing work. And so
no,
I
facts.
realized not everything has to be this crazy profitable strategy, and started working on money that I was willing to execute to get the things that I needed to get. And I've picked up a lot more mythics in the last 4 months than I have in the last 2 years. So
Right.
that says something.
Nah, facts. So before we let you go, I know you got a busy night ahead. I just want to talk about this new update that they also put out recently. This was about, I think, a couple of days ago, but they just introduced the welcome zone based tutorial. So you can pretty much go to all the different zones in the game, and it gives you a tutorial about that specific zone. And I think that's going to make it easier as well. I think all of these small little features that they're doing right now are really big, just because it really don't a lot of people don't think of it so big right now. But I do think, like, once we hit that bull market, once we have new players, new money come into the game, they're gonna want to learn fast. They're gonna, they probably don't want to go and watch 1,000 hours of YouTube, content. Maybe the people who are really dedicated to building, but we know in the bull market it's so much FOMO that people want to just come in and make money. And I think that's going to be something big with those zones, just being able to come into the game and see those tutorials and see, like, okay, they break it down easy to understand. And you can be like, okay, now this what this does, so I can go here if I want to trade, go to the marketplace if I want to trade, go to the tavern if I want to buy heroes, and so on and so forth. So how do you feel about those zone based tutorials?
Yeah, I think they're awesome. I think they're awesome. I remember when I got first hopped into, the old DFK realm, and it wasn't a whole lot to do. And still, for somebody who's been in crypto for a while, still I was like, so the marketplace and the castle and the professions. Wait, and I gotta get NFTs, and then I gotta send. So like, even for someone like me who's been in the space for a long time, I literally had to say, "Oh crap, okay, I'm gonna need on a weekend or on a particular day like 4 hours to figure this out." And if the tutorials and everything else that they're putting in place for ease of use, user experience, can cut that by 75%, and it's only going to take me really 30 to 45 minutes to go in and feel like I've established myself in a game, that's a huge step. And I think that, again, psychologically, you want to be able to break those barriers and shrink that time it takes to go in and feel like you're playing a game. So I absolutely love these updates. It's not some of the updates that we all say woohoo, and get all happy about. But these are all the lifestyle developments that continue to make this a feasible game where you can play all day, or you can just pop in. You're like, oh yeah, I just got from work, I'm stressed, let me hop in 30 minutes, blah, 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 blah. I'm done, not gonna move on, right? And I think that what they're setting up right now caters to both ends.
The facts. I believe the same thing. I believe the same thing. So Be Easy said you two should do a regular show. Got good synergy. Now, facts. I this was a good night, man. This was a good night with Trade. Like I said, it's big shout out to Trade. Beef said, yes, I agree. Love tonight's. We do the best. We the best community in DJ Khaled boys, DeFi Kingdoms. Thanks, Beef.
We
Hey.
the best.
All right. But man, like I said, we're not gonna hold you guys up too much longer. I got one more question for Trade. Appreciate you for coming on, man, taking the time out tonight. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Shout out to the Mythic Squad. Shout out to Bravo. Shout out to everybody, Skilla Beef, everybody who tuned in tonight. But Trey, man, one last question. Where do you see DeFi Kingdoms going in the bull market? Like your honest opinion, how do you feel about DeFi Kingdoms heading into this bull market? We know, we should see the bull market about 2024, maybe early 2025. Where do you see it in this next bull?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. As a macro guy, I should be thinking about this more often. But when you do your day to day, you're focusing on what you're waiting to see and what's happening. But blockchain technology, and I talk about this in my economic hardening theory, on my channel. Blockchain technology. Okay, you have in this entire earth, there are about 8 billion plus of us, and gaming is universal. Okay, gaming is universal. And so when you have a team and an ecosystem that is international, and my goodness, streamers going to Singapore. We have AVAC stuff in Spain. We go to the things down in the US. This is an international ecosystem here. And for that tells me that where I see DeFi Kingdoms going is that it becomes one of the most nostalgic, pixelated, side of symbolism like Final Fantasy, but really takes a mind of its own in a very decentralized way. And the way that it happens is that every individual that comes into this ecosystem and that stays into this ecosystem is invested in having fun and playing a game. And that is all we want. We don't want anything more than that. Like, if you're here and you're chilling, you don't want anything more than to have fun and to just take advantage of different things that happen. So I see this being an international inception of the human mind, and it's going to show where blockchain technology can go. And a lot of times with humans, psychology, we have to see the fun in things before we see all the convenience in things, before we see, oh, okay, this is an awesome technology. It's the internet. This is an awesome technology. It's cryptography. This is an awesome technology. I can own and identify my items, and I can secure it. So I think that GameFi is going to be a breakthrough, and it's going to show why blockchain technology is a great asset and why humans are going to want to continue to do it. And out of 8 billion people, if 100,000 say, oh, this is cool, let's keep playing this for the next 10 years, we have we have quite a whiles to go of adventure.
Oh, I was muted. Like I said, I agree with Hey, but I agree with I just say I agree with everything you said. I believe it's so much room to grow in this space, not only just DeFi Kingdoms, but just the entire crypto ecosystem. Like Beef said, just zoom out. If you zoom out you can just see, especially like we just seen how Bitcoin has done these past 10 years, and it's still that run still isn't over. In my personal take, I think Bitcoin maybe can go to 1 million like over periods of time. But I think it's always best to zoom out and just relax and play the game, man. Play the game, enjoy the game. Don't just play it. Of course, we all in it. I mean, in some type of way for profits. We want to get our money. We don't want to just waste money, of course, but have fun and just learn about the game. And I think once you do that, you're really going to see the profits in the long term, especially if you continue to do the right things in the game. And of course, take profits when prices go back up to all-time highs, but just enjoy this moment because we might never get that moment back.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree. And it's right now I'm excited about competition. And speaking of competition, the $13 holla,
Yeah,
what's
I
going
still
on.
got
Bro, how you feel about that, man? You
man,
gotta, you know
still
what I'm saying?
got
Like, you
bro.
gotta get on this $13 holla because remember, you're gonna be battling your heroes, and maybe I don't know, maybe you might just totally take your $13 and grab some savage heroes
Yeah,
because you just want to win the PvP end because you get to take somebody else's hero. You
right.
get to take
That
all the
I'm
you might just
thinking
have to
that's
go gun hole.
and that's what I'm thinking, man. I gotta get started because like I said, I haven't even been questioning in my main wallet, bro. Like I've been so busy trying to get everything off with my business and with this YouTube, and it's been so hard for me to focus. But I gotta get started, even if I don't do like this month. Even if I get started in the next go round, like I gotta get started because I don't want to come in the last of it, and then everybody been doing everything that they've been doing, and I gotta come in and try to play catch up. So, like I said, I gotta settle down and just take some time to go ahead and get started because it is.
Yeah, and that's one of the greatest things about it is you have to contemplate your lifestyle and the strategy, right? So like it's also going to show even on your end how if you are active and if there's an X period of time where you have a lot going on, you may just want to do set it and forget it when it comes to something in that fashion. And so this is not just a oh okay, go win. It's a pilot that shows like hey, depending on what you're doing this you're gonna have to do this strategy. So seeing as how intelligent you are, you're gonna come in and be like, all right, bet, boom, 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 boom. Because I missed some time, I gotta do this. Boom, I'm still gonna have a chance to do what I gotta do at the end of the season. So I'm gonna be excited to see, how you jump in on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna put together a game plan so I can come in and make some noise, man. Come in and make some noise and, and establish myself in a $13 holler.
$13 holla, awesome.
Yeah, thanks. But it was a good show tonight. Appreciate you, Trade, for coming in and showing love to the channel, the Crypto Tro channel. And we got to do this again, man. We got to continue to communicate, continue to collaborate because it's so early. And I think right now we are setting the foundation for everything, what I'm saying, that's going on in the community. So love to see you again on the show and just got to collaborate again, man, because that's what the people are asking for. They want to get us collaborating again. So it's only right that we give the people what they want.
Yeah, for sure. Sunday fun day. Thanks for having me.
Sunday fun day, guys. Hey, I will see y'all next Sunday. Another Sunday fun day has ended. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday night. And I'm out of here. We're out of here tonight.